That is nowadays a very common term, which is the source of our success. Motivation is a very essential managerial quality or managerial work. We can say that it is a very crucial soft skill. Like other soft skill like communication, leadership, team building, motivation is also a very essential soft skill which determines the effectiveness of the contemporary managers. Now, the word motivation has been derived from Latin word movere, which means to move. Move means to move our mental energy or to move our initiative. Now, friends, let us know what is motivation. Motivation is something which stimulates our action towards fulfilling the goal. Motivation is something which gives us inspiration. Motivation is something which gives us encouragement. Motivation impels us to fulfill our goal and to take the necessary actions. It drives our behavior towards a certain mission. Motivation is something which helps us to take the initiative to do something, and it helps us to sustain the act which we have already started. Motivation activates us. It provides us the energy to do something. Motivation keeps our motion for task. It induces the mental or psychological move to do something. It is a personal feeling. Friends, motivation awakes our enthusiasm and it creates willingness to do the needful. It is just like recharging our battery. Now, let us mention the different features of motivation. Motivation is a very complicated thing. Till researches are going on to know more about the motivation. Friends, the essential features or the significant features of motivations, let us describe. Motivation may be positive or negative. Positive motivation comes from encouragement, reward, etc. And negative motivation comes from punishment, penalty, etc. The second features, motivation can be more or less. Suppose when the exam is far away, then people study less. When the exam is nearer, then people are more motivated to study in order to get good marks. Third, motivation is a very complex activity or complex attribute. It changes from person to person and it is very much tough to discover that how a person can be motivated. So it is complex or complicated. Next, motivation is a continuous thing. The motivation of a person never ends. At first, the person wants to get pass. When he gets pass, he wants to get first class. When he gets first class, he wants star marks or letter marks. So, motivation is continuous. Then, the next feature is motivation fulfills our goal. It helps us to create energy to work hard and to fulfill the goal. Then, motivation may be overt or covert level. Some people are aware about their motivation and some people are not aware about their own motivation. They are in dark that what can motivate them. Next features is motivation is different for different people. Some people are motivated for money, some people are motivated by their implementation of knowledge, some people are motivated by social work or helping motive, etc. Next features is motivation changes time to time. When we have been child, our motivation was to get chance in a big school. Then our motivation was to get good result in the board exam. Then our motivation was to get chance in big college. Then our motivation was to get a good job. Next, to get promoted. So in this way the motivations are changed. Now friends, let us know the significance of motivation. Motivation is a very vital aspect, we have told already. It is a very essential thing for a manager to motivate the workers, and it is very essential thing in our personal life also to motivate us so that we can strive for fulfilling our dream. Ladies and gentlemen, let us mention some of the major significance of the motivation. The first is motivation helps to implement change. As we know that change is very much necessary to cope with the latest demand of the time. Motivation helps us to change or to alter or to get modified. Then motivation helps to attract the talented people in the industry and to retain those people in the industry. If motivators are available in sufficient amount in an industry, then easily talented people will come and stay in that company. Then motivation makes a good workplace relation, or what we can say industrial relation. The relation between the employees and the employers are good by proper motivation. Next, motivation helps the industries to prevent turnover and absenteeism. If good amount of motivators are provided, then there will be less amount of turnover and less amount of absenteeism in the workplace. Then resource utilization. We know that in a workplace there are several resources like man, machine, material, money, method, etc. Among them, only the living resource is human being. If they are motivated, then they will well utilize the other resources like material, machines, etc. Next, efficiency. If the employees are properly motivated, then they will dedicate, they will do their best in the workplace, and in this way the efficiency will increase. There are much more significance of motivation. These are the major importance of motivation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us tell some stories or some peculiar things which will help us to understand the motivation. Friends, some people are violent nature. They want to harm people. And some people are helpful. They want to do social work. So, the motivation varies from person to person. Some people are motivated to pull the legs of people, and some people are motivated to help the people. The next example is, suppose in a game one team loses or one team is defeated. Then in the same team different players will react in different way. One player will give up the game. He will quit from the match because he is negatively motivated. Another player of the same team will do more labor. He will do more hard work so that he can win the next match. He is positively motivated, but both of them belong to the same group. Then the next example, We all have nowadays smartphone, but different people use the smartphone due to different type of motivation. Students use the smartphone to gossip or to make the affair, so they are motivated to gossip. The busy company executives use the smartphone to do the meeting or conference through the phone. So they are motivated to do the work by phone. And the researchers or academicians use the smartphone to download the research papers or the dissertations to study more and more. So everybody uses smartphone, but their motive or their motivation is different. Friends, the next example is using of hotel. As we know that there are many hotels in the big cities like Kolkata, Delhi, and the tourist places like Goa, Simla, etc. But the hotels are used by different people for different purposes. Some people book the hotel for entertainment. As a traveler, they go as a tourist and book the hotel. So they are motivated to enjoy. But at the same time, the tired travelers like sales representative or marketing people, they book the rooms to take the shelter as their primary need. Otherwise, the next day they cannot go for the work. So they book the hotel for different motivation as a primary need or physiological need. Next example. If a building is constructed, different people, different laborers, different engineers, technical people are engaged to make the construction of the building. If we ask different people that why are you creating this building, then the answer will be different from person to person. Some person will say that I am doing this construction work in order to get money, in order to be paid. At the end of the day, I shall earn rupees 1000. At the same time, the second person will say that I am engaged in this constructional work in order to implement my technical knowledge, what I have learned in my engineering or technology. And the third person will say that I am engaged in this constructional work so that some social work is done, so that the people of the society will be benefited. So friends, both of these people are working the same, but their motivations differ from person to person. Another example we are mentioning. In a school, there was a small girl who was always complaining about her class teacher. But the class teacher was a very gentle and sober lady. She was a very helpful lady and well behaved person. But the girl was repeatedly complaining regarding that class teacher. Now everybody was puzzled. So they have started investigating. Later, the school authority came to know that the girl child had a stepmother in her family, and the stepmother was very much cruel. She misbehaved with the girl child, and that stepmother was similar looking with the class teacher in the school. Their faces were similar. So the girl child always complained about the class teacher because the class teacher looked like the cruel stepmother. Another example we are mentioning here. In an industry, the management changed the lights into the blue soft lights. Previously there was hard and bright lights, yellow color lights, and the management thought that if they would change the lights into the blue lights, soft lights, then the laborers will be happy because there will be less stress in their eyes. Accordingly, they have changed the light into the soft blue lights. After some months, a peculiar truth came around. The gents workers increased their productivity. They created more production, but at the same time, the ladies worker decreased their productivity. they created less number of production. Then the management was very much puzzled. They asked, and after some days the truth came out. The ladies workers were upset after introduction of the soft blue light. They thought that their faces did not look attractive. They were looking less attractive due to that soft blue light. So they became upset and they decreased the productivity. Another example of motivation. It is known as Hawthorne experiment. In an industry or in a production house, the management once upon a time introduced the piece rate system. Means the workers who will produce more number of pieces, they will get more paid, and the less producing people will be less paid. Accordingly, the system was introduced. After some days, they looked that some of the effective producers or the workers increased their production. They created more number of pieces in comparison to other people. But after some days, again they came back to their previous production level. They decreased creating number of articles or products. So the management was very much confused that the effective laborers or the meritorious laborers intentionally decreased their productivity. Then there was an investigation. Then the peculiar truth was revealed. When the good producers or when the good workers increased their number of production, then they were paid more. But they were isolated from their old friends due to jealousy or some other reasons. So they were paid more, but they were missing their old friends, the friendship, the belongingness, the group feeling, etc. So again, intentionally, they decreased or they reduced their productivity and came back to the average productivity just like their other friends in order to get back their lost friends or to get back the old friendship. So it is proved that money is not everything. Friendship is much more important things, which previously the management people did not understand. So friends, these are the some of the peculiar stories which helps us to know that how much complicated motivation is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us know about the different motivators. There are different type of motivators in an industry. Some of them are monetary and some of them are non-monetary. We know, friends, that money is a very essential thing, but money is not everything. Apart from money, there are some other things which are required to make people motivated. Friends, money is a very essential thing for industry. Money attracts the talented employees in the workplace. So money is a good and one of the biggest motivator. What kind of money can be paid to the people? For example, salary means that is the output which an employee gets in exchange of his input or labor at the end of the month, or when he gets at the end of the day, it is wages or salary. Next, bonus. Bonus is some payment which a person gets in some special occasions like festivals, etc. Next, profit sharing. Profit sharing is the part of profit which is given or gifted to the good performing employees to motivate. Next is paid vacation, which is similar to LTA, leave travel allowance. People or employees get leave, but during this time they are paid. Then incentive. Incentive is something which an extra performing employee gets when he meets the target and he produces extra work beyond the target, then he gets incentive per extra work or extra target meeting. Next is overtime. This is the extra payment which an employee gets per unit time apart from his working hours. So these are the mainly monetary motivators. And what are the non-monetary motivators? They are equal treatment from the house of management, means lack of biasness, equity of treatment to all the employees. Second, merit based reward. The more effective players will get more reward. Then requirement wise reward. Different employees have different type of requirement. Accordingly, they should be rewarded. Next, matching job as per the qualification, experience and effectiveness. Next, the type of communication. If formal, informal, upward, downward, horizontal, diagonal, all type of communications are smooth, then it is a motivator. Next, job security. Job security means the job will be protected, it will be secured. It is a good motivator. Next, fair competition from the judgment of the management. Then the work itself. If the work is attractive or achievement oriented, then it is a motivator. Next, belongingness with the co-workers, team spirit in the department or division. These are also motivators. The relationship with co-worker, boss, subordinate, etc. Then the moral, the judgment what is right, what is wrong, that is also a motivator. Next, participation or joint decision making, that is also a motivator. Then social status, what status or recognition a person gets from the society due to the brand where he is working, that is. Next, recognition of performance and output in the workplace. Then the challenging job, the job which needs merit. Next, job enrichment means how much achievement, how much responsibility, how much growth are oriented with the job. Next, work condition or physical condition in the workplace. Then the type of supervision, what kind of supervision or autonomy or cooperativeness the boss provides. Then the growth opportunity in the workplace. Growth means career growth especially. These are the different significant motivators in the workplace. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you are enjoying the session and you can use these clues in your workplace also. Next, we shall come with the other aspects of the motivation.